Good evening, everyone. What is happening? Hope we are well. Big game today. I know it's only group stages. If this was a knockout one, a lot of people would be, popcorn and a few beers or whatever they'd be drinking for this game. But it's going to be a stress-free watch-along. How good is that? Especially if you are an Arsenal fan in the building. It's going to be a stress-free watch-along. Let's get the old teams up. Let's have a look what's going on with the teams. You may have probably seen it already. But firstly, welcome, everyone. Really do appreciate everyone coming in. I know we get a lot of people in and out. I know Curtis, etc. And a few other people are probably going to do this. Let me just sort this mic out. It does my head in when it's not in the middle. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, so we will see. I think Inter drew earlier. There's a few more of the games, but there's only one game that we can possibly watch tonight. I know Gems is not happy because she's a mad Liverpool fan, and she's saying we should be watching Liverpool. So we'll let her do that. We'll concentrate on the oil clubs. Everyone's saying that money ruins the game. Money's part of the game. And as a neutral, let's be honest, this is going to be magnificent watching some of these players. Hopefully they don't cancel each other out because that would be annoying. But to see the players that we've on this pitch today is unbelievable. The best probably two teams in world football. Let's be honest, with the squads that they have. Man City have a better squad, but listen, let's be honest. Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi, arguably, to some people, to me, greatest player that's ever lived. He could score his first goal. He's hit the crossbar 3 times, I think, in the other 3 games that he's played, or 2 games. So, he's getting closer and closer. So it'll be interesting to see if he manages to get on that score sheet tonight. So it's a big, big test for Pep and his boys. But Pep do have probably the better team all round. Let's be honest. Greetings, Janssen is coming. He put Milan and Atletico is a huge game as well. That will be a good game. Buenos Aires, as always, given the Saturday night fever. Love it. Craig in the building. Messi, Neymar, Mbappe front 3. Wow. If they click, absolutely incredible scenes. I hope you like my little graphics that I made this afternoon at the bottom of the screen. I think it looks quite professional. I've got to admit, I think it looks quite professional. Right, let's have a look at this teams. Let's have a look at these 2 teams, eh? Let's see what we have got going on. You probably can't even see that, to be honest. It's not the best. How do you zoom in on this bad boy? I don't even know how you zoom in on this new Mac. Don't even know how you zoom in on this new Mac. Right, and I'll go through the teams for you, okay? So obviously you've got Donnarumma in goal. You're going to have Hakimi, Marquinhos, Kimpembe, and Mendes. Not bad. Obviously, Mendes likes to get forward. Verratti, Idrissa Gueye, who we know, obviously, and Herrera. And then they've got Messi, who's going to obviously probably start on the right, cutting in. Mbappe straight down the middle, and Neymar. But they will interchange left, right, and centre, as you know. City have made a couple of changes. Sterling and Mahrez are in because, obviously, they're the Liverpool, the mighty Liverpool at the weekend. So they've gone with Edison, Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Cancelo, De Bruyne, Rodri, Silva. So I think that is the same back 7. Well, 8, including the goalkeeper, as Chelsea. And then obviously Sterling, Grealish down the middle, which I'm not sure about that one, and Mahrez. I'm not thought about that one, actually. Who will play down the middle? It looks like Grealish, they've got that Grealish is playing down the middle. I think Sterling will more than likely play down the middle, but I'm not 100% sure. It's a strange one, that is, with the teams. Really is. The graphic looks all right. Cheers, Jansen. I was messing around this afternoon and I thought, that looks all right. Well, add a bit of graphics to the old StreamYard. So it looks all right. Only nightmare is you have to keep going back and changing the score. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. It looks nice on the screen. It looks make an effort. A lot of channels don't even make an effort these days. So I thought we would make an effort. And I might try and keep that concept for the watch-alongs until we get a timer and all the green screen kind of stuff that's going on, which, as you know, not a massive fan, but I feel I need to get it to obviously upgrade the channel. Gem's not being very nice. What can I say about that? She hopes it's a dead 0-0. It's not nice. May have to get punished. May have to get punished. That is for sure. Trying to make sure the stream's dead. I may have put open good watch for you, Fran. I've got a feeling that this game will be disappointing the neutrals. Oh, he said a 0-0 as well, Gems. Oh, I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy. See, your negativity is rubbed off on other people in the chat already. We're going to have words when I see you. We have to have words. I can tell you that. Buenos Aires, put Vamos Messi. I'm not even saying, obviously, the last part. I'm going to say Carajo. I don't know how to pronounce it, but there you go. Graphics looking nice. Chris is in the building. Thanks for the email, Chris, by the way. Really do appreciate it. Need you to wave some joss sticks at the camera. You're obviously peed off. Parcel Force, I've lost a case of M&S wine again. They are the worst courier in the country. Wow. Right, so listen, Chris, let's go. Let's start zenning out. You can't control it. Don't get emotional over the things that you can't control. You can't control it. They will get there, I am sure. If you needed him tonight, I'm sorry, you're going to have to run to the shop. But zen out. You can't control it, Chris. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. Run Janisport, Fran. Hope you're well. Joining you for this and hope it's an entertaining game. Well, there you go. We've got some positivity in the building. Let's hope that this is an entertaining game. There's nothing worse when you look at two teams who are magnificent and then they cancel each other out. The game gets boring. It's not going to be as good as maybe a knockout stage. We fully know that. However, we might see some unbelievable individual performances, but it's going to be hard. Let's not get this twisted. It's going to be hard for those the Neymars, the Mbappes, and the Messis, not so much Messi, to try and dictate this game. I don't think many people, if anyone, can contain Messi. It's normally a team that contains the way that Messi plays. If they're on top of Barca or they're on top of obviously PSG now. So obviously the fact of Walker. No one ever beats him for one. He's going to be very hard to beat for anyone who's playing on Walker's side. Obviously, Cancelo, we know, likes to get forward. But they'll come inside. They'll come inside and entertain a lot of people. So we will see. Joe's put still waiting for the 2.5K. It's gone really slow at the moment. You know what it's like. There's no crazy competition on at the moment. It does go slow. I was speaking to Curtis, and it does go slow after what's happening obviously with the transfer window closes, and it does go slow, but we'll get there. Listen, I've seen a lot of channels with absolutely terrible content, terrible knowledge, if any, and they get subscribers. It's over a course of time. We're not going nowhere. I love doing this. I love speaking to you. I love building a community, and the bigger that community get, the more that we can do together. So, you know, I ain't going nowhere. So it's all about compound effect. Taking your time. I'm sending you positive vibe, Brand. Listen, you know me. Give the positive vibes. I'll give all the love back. Make sure you give it me back. That's the key. We contain Messi like leftover dinner. Yeah. Well, listen, the team did. Your team did. Not so much Messi, but your team did. The thing is with obviously teams like Messi needs to be playing in a team where they're on top a lot, which most good players are. He's not one of those players that's all of a sudden just going to roll your sleeves up and start smashing people and tackling, but he will just come up with worldy of a goal or that pass. And that's because, like you say, he's one of the greatest players that ever lived. So, but Liverpool, yeah, I know, James, I know. Jansen's put, let's hope for at least 4 goals. I can't see it being a high-scoring game because defenses aren't bad. I can't see it being a high-scoring game. But what you will see is high-quality football. If any of you would have watched Man City against Chelsea, some people were saying, oh, Fran, it was boring. I was saying, if you love football and you look and study the game and you're a purist, the Man City-Chelsea was magnificent game of football. But you had to... It depends on what you look forward for. If you just want entertainment and goals and the crowd going crazy, but if you want to look at the game and study the game, then that was a good game. And I think if you study this game today, you will learn a lot from this game. You will learn a lot from this game. Runjan, thanks for coming in. Really do appreciate it. I know we speak off camera quite a lot. You definitely grow, Fran. It's all about quality and content. You have great style, along with Curtis. You two are excellent. Thanks ever so much. I'll give us a pat on the back. I'm on to Curtis. I was on him again yesterday. We're going to try and get some kind of show podcast going from a studio. So look out for that. But we've not sat down on nothing. All we've done is spoke, and we've been speaking for a while. We're just trying to find the right place. That's for sure. Talking about obviously watching games and breaking it down. Now, I was in the hype of the game at the weekend, obviously Arsenal. And then obviously I watched Monday Night Football, and Henry was breaking it down. So I went and had a look at the game again. And I cannot believe what happened to Spurs' midfield. I don't know if any of you have seen what happened to Spurs' midfield. They literally had no midfield. So Partey, Xhaka, and Ødegaard could do what they wanted, because there was no one within a 20 by 20 square nearly all the game. It was incredible. It was incredible how bad Spurs were in the midfield. I didn't realize they were that bad. So look out for things like that tonight in this game, like where players, what they should do, what they shouldn't do. And it just adds to the education, the knowledge of you as a football fan, coach, whatever you want to be or are at the moment. Gives you that bit of knowledge. That's why I wanted to start this channel, not just to just sit and talk nonsense. I wanted to try and bring you some kind of quality content, less space on the moon. Kara said that was funny when he said that. Less space on the moon. It was outrageous. Jamie Carragher said that they couldn't believe what was happening. Ndombele and Dele Alli just doing what they wanted, just going wherever they wanted. And I was thinking, they said if the coaches asked them to do that, because it was actually abnormal. If you're playing centre midfield, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't go in those areas of the pitch. I found it unbelievable when I watched what Thierry Henry was talking about it, and then I went and watched a half of it again. I could not believe what Spurs were doing. It was madness. Jansen's put, yeah, there was none in their midfield, so we had the freedom of the middle. We literally had the freedom of the middle of the park. It was unreal. Right, going through the teams again. Hakimi, Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Mendes, Verratti, Idrissa Gane, obviously Herrera, Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. 4-3-3. City will do exactly the same. 2 changes for City. Sterling and Mahrez. However, and then Jack Grealish. So I don't know who's going to play down the middle there. That's going to be a strange one for me, because Jack Grealish can't really play down the middle unless he's testing him to see if he can play down the middle. We will see. Chris has put, I think PSG might win this one, and Man City win the return leg. Can see these two meeting in the final. I mean, if it goes on money and it goes on player squad-wise, then these two should make the final. But you know what it's like, knockout football, one-off games. Anyone can win, anyone can lose, that's for sure. Amaze put, Fran, got a question for you. What do you think of English commentary? Me, as native Arabic and English speaker as well, I find English commentary very, very underwhelming. Listen, I think all they say the same things, to be honest. Let's go over the team. Cancelo, Laporte, Diaz, Walker, Bernardo, who I thought was magnificent against Chelsea, Rodrigo and De Bruyne, and then Sterling, and it says Grealish is down the middle, and Mahrez. Interesting. But back to your point, I think the commentary in England is how we've been brought up on English football. I think it's very biased at times. As you know me, I try to be unbiased as much as I can, but I'm only human. I'm going to get some things. I'm going to be biased in certain aspects without probably realizing it. When I do the commentary in the Championship, I try to just be balanced, and I won't just, if Arsenal, well, we're not going to do Arsenal, but say I do the games in the Championship for Peterborough. If Peterborough are poor, I will say that they are poor. I won't make excuses up for them. If they're good, they're good. And then I'll try and give a balanced argument. I think the commentators that we have of this are ex-footballers who have not, they're so biased towards their teams. It's unreal. I know a couple, the likes of JJ, the likes of Hendry, the likes of, who else do I know? Rio a couple of times, etc. Rio's not bad. I think Carragher's good. I think Gary Neville's a little bit biased. I just think subconsciously, which I understand, commentators can be, biased, and I think they need to try and not be that way. Right, we're underway, people. This is going to be an interesting game. We are underway. Let's see how we go. I hope it's not a high-scoring game, so I'll have to keep changing my little graphics, which will be a nightmare, won't it? Let's see how they're going to play. I think Man City won't press as much as they did against Chelsea, I don't think. I'm not sure. Chris has put, try to be unbalanced. Chris, trust me, you don't want me to be unbalanced. It's been a crazy life, and 90% of it was unbalanced. So, trust me. Looks like they're in behind here. Oh, Mahrez, Donnarumma comes out and cleans up. Runjan's put, we have lost some terrific commentators who were objective and insightful. Yeah, I think we do miss that. Some of them were very, like you say, very knowledgeable. I think now they tend to say the same things all the time, the cliche statements. And I understand you may have to say them sometimes within football, but they kind of come away from the basics. Grealish has just nicked the ball off. Sterling's got a little bit of room. Verratti will be, kicking at his heels. That's what he does. That's what he does. As soon as you get the ball, Verratti's just straight around you. Doesn't want to give you any time for you to get your head up, for you to have the extra touch. He'll keep ratting and ratting. That's why he's in there. Obviously, just 1 minute gone. See how this Martin Tyler curved glass said. Martin Tyler was excellent. Obviously, John Watson, best of the best for me. De Bruyne with a free kick, probably 40 yards out. Obviously, probably going to be an in-swinger. In-swinger it is. Aimed at Diaz. No, they've dealt with that quite well. PSG at the back. City picked up the seconds. Now back with Walker. He'll probably go back all the way back out to De Bruyne. Neymar's pressing on his own. He's pressing on his own, which is a strange one. If you're going to press, you need everyone else to press with you. He's pressed on his own, and now they're going to get played out. Decent from Mendes. Great strength on Mahrez. Mahrez will be looking to obviously do a bit tonight. Is Sergio Ramos injured, by the way? Or is he on the bench? Forgot about him. Brian Moore became my favorite on May 20th. 1989. Yeah, I bet he did. I bet he did. Yeah, is Sergio Ramos injured? Is he on the squad? Are you in the alerts position, Fran? Yoga settings. No, that was this morning. Yoga was this morning. Jack Grealish looks like he's gotten behind. Not sure if he's offside. He's offside. Yeah, yoga was this morning. Can't stay there all day. It's funny because if you do yoga in the morning, obviously you get ready for the day or meditating or whatever it may be, whatever you do. All right. And you're that chilled out and zen, you then need to get motivated for whatever you need to do that day. And sometimes you just want to think, oh, I'm so chilled out, just whatever, just enjoy the day and just chill. So you have to kind of get yourself motivated again. It's a strange one. It is a strange one. British commentators were traditionally reserved. They mirrored society. People like John Watson and Barry Davis. South American commentators were the opposite, screaming into the mic. Yeah, they were crazy. Good, though. Good to listen to, I can tell you that. This goes with the society culture, don't it? I think our commentators now are a reflection of probably how footballers are. Roy Keane and Graham Souness get a little bit of stick because they're old school, but they're right in most of the things that they say. But the modern footballer or the modern fan, the newer fan, the younger ones, they don't get their mentality because they think, well, you can't do that in football. Yeah, it's a little bit harsh, but that's reality. That the end of the day, as much as football's changed, the fundamentals and the basics are still there, whether you find it harsh or not. Neymar to Messi, instant first touch, as expected. Gives it away. I think he goes to play it around the corner, gives it away. Can't give one thing that Rodri's got to do. He's just got to look where Messi is, which he's not doing at the minute. Because as soon as it breaks down, what you're going to get is Messi, Neymar, Neymar, and Mbappe. Maybe not Mbappe, but they really won't do the track back. Mbappe might a little bit, but the other two will just stay up and told what to do. De Bruyne, good defending in the end from Kim Mbappe. That easily you can see 5 minutes in that you will be able to get down the sides or in behind this back four of PSG. Anyone know where Sergio Ramos is? Is he injured? Excuse me. Anyone else scored on the other ones? Let's have a look, see if anyone scored on the other games. Keep me updated if there's any scores what come in, by the way, people. No, obviously Ajax won earlier 2-0. Besiktas and Shakhtar drew 0-0 with Inter. They should have probably win, really. Shakhtar had a few chances, but no goals at the moment. Mbappe tries a little bit out to Verratti. Verratti, no, I thought he was going to go Mendes. He's not going Mendes. Messi now, they're going to double up. Jack Grealish thinking, wow. You know what? I was looking at an interview on the PSG players, and they were saying that they just can't believe already some of the things that Messi does in training. You just stand in awe and watch him train. And this is from some of the top players in the world. What is he doing, that Mendes? He's trud on the ball. He's absolutely trud on the ball with no one near him. How does that even happen for a player of that level? Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, but the PSG players were saying that. And you look at Jack Grealish, and listen, footballers are footballers. You don't really get starstruck. When you're a footballer, you got to hold it down. When I played against Premier League teams, as much as I was thinking, oh my God, I'm playing against so-and-so, you had to hold it down and pretend that you didn't really bother who they are. So, but after the game, you know they'll be screaming for that shit. But Jack Grealish must be thinking, right, 2 seasons ago, I'm in the Championship, or 3 seasons ago. Now I'm a £100 million player playing at PSG against Messi and Neymar. It's crazy how quick football changes. Ramos is injured. City look good on the ball. This is what I want Arsenal to have, control. Yeah, well, we're a long, long way from that. You need to get the best players in the world to have that much control. And then also you have to have one of the best coaches when it comes to football ever, to be honest. Messi to Mbappe. Messi continues in the box. Mbappe's free. He's probably going to drive it across. Oh, Neymar's just missed a sitter, but Mendes comes in. He's hit it top corner. And I've just about said Mendes had a horrific first touch. Absolute Lukaku cement foot. But literally 2 minutes ago, and I just said, how can you possibly do that? He's only just put one in the top corner with his weak foot. Messi should have scored. Not Messi, Neymar should have scored. It's the first time Messi's got a little bit of room in the final third of Man City. And it's very basic. It's very basic stuff that he's done. But what he's done is he's drawn people towards him. He's gone into Mbappe. Mbappe goes down the side. No one's near him. He cuts it back. Neymar shanks it, falls to Mendy and Mendes, and he just rifles it top corner with his weak foot. It's a great finish, by the way. What a finish. Literally nearly in the stanch. What a finish that is. But Messi just picks up an area in that little bit. I always call it, and you know when I talk about football and we do on the commentary, I always shout it, that second channel. The channel just in before the 18-yard box. Messi picks up the ball there in Neymar. You are in trouble. And Messi's got the ball. Very simple pass. Neymar comes back. Mbappe cuts it back. Neymar misses it, but finished from Mendes. Top corner. 1-0, people. And there you go. Let's go back on it. Let's change this bad boy now. Let's hope it's still working, because earlier this was not working and I was not happy. Wow, 1-0, people. Very early on. 8 minutes on the clock. Very, very early on. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I think City will get a goal. Don't get me wrong. I think City will get a goal. What's going on here? It's going on here. Sorry, people. Something's going on with the screen. I don't know what's going on. So if you just tuned in, 1-0. I don't know if you can still hear me, by the way, because my screen has paused. So I can't look at the comments. I can't look at anything. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Not sure if you can see me, people. I think you can see me because I've just seen someone else come in the chat. So my screen is just froze. Not sure what's going on. Can't see the comments and can't see anything at the minute. But I think you can still see me. So I hope you can. So yeah, just tuned in. 1-0. That's a free kick probably on Messi. He started, well, I wouldn't say started. He was involved in the goal. But well done to Mbappe getting down the side. And then obviously Mendes rifles it in the top corner. I don't know what is going on here, by the way. What is going on? Wow. Screens just froze, people. Sorry, screens froze. Can't get into the comments or anything like that. Can't even change the score or nothing. I can't turn it off. That's the problem. Neymar, no, Mbappe, no one's going to touch him in the box. Has a little bit, got closed down, to be fair, from Man City. did ever so well Man City did. Oh, this is wrecking my head. I can see the screen. Neymar. How is it just froze that much? Oh, wow. Still froze, people. I think you can still see me because I can see that the comments are still coming in. Just can't click on them. Hopefully, I'm just gonna have to leave it, people, and hopefully that the it thaws out and defrosts itself because it's frozen at the minute. Not doing anything. Walker into Diaz. Diaz is looking for a diag. Probably going to get to Jack Grealish. Got to do something here now. So here's your chance. It's against Hakimi. We know Hakimi's a very, very good fullback. Better going forward than he is coming back, to be honest. Grealish again. Overcooks it. He overcooks it to Bernardo. Overcooks it. Easily done. Easily done. And obviously he's not lightning, is he? So he's not going to be able to get him behind. Don't know if you're still there, people. Things going off. What is going off with this screen? Right, I think I've sorted it, people. I've sorted it. Can hear you and see you, friend. Right, you could all see me. Yeah, for whatever reason, it just froze. My screen just froze. Like, unbelievable. Stop trying to in the chat, people. It's done it again. Oh, it's done it again. It's done it again. Oh, wow. It's done it again. But I know you can still see me now, so we'll carry on with the game. There's definitely going to be more goals in this game. I can tell you that. Definitely going to be more goals. Nothing great at the moment. Let's be honest. Nothing's great. As if Neymar, it's not worked. He's tried to flick it over Mahrez's head, but I love that though. You've got to love it. You've got to love it, surely. City with the ball now. I say the game's been quite even, to be honest, even though Mahrez is facing free. He's managed to get round, clips it to the back stick. Oof. Donnarumma, we know how big he is. Oh, casual as you like from Marquinhos. Oh, casual as you like. These lot playing out from the back. Neymar. Oh, he's gone around the corner. Free kick. Oh, Sterling. Sterling gives a free kick to Verratti. He wants you to do that. He wants you to do that. Just there. It is a free kick. It's a free kick. Mahrez skips around a couple. It's amazing now. No one touches anyone in penalty box today. So you don't realize how big Donnarumma is, by the way. It's absolutely huge, isn't he? Huge. Messi with the ball now. Still froze, people, by the way. My screen. Surprised that then again, he's probably the best centre-half they've got at the moment, even though, I mean, Ramos is injured. So they're going to play there. I know he played midfield when they played City in the Champions League semi-final, didn't he? In one of the games. Neymar looked like he was going to go to him. Why is he not? He's got to pop that inside to Mbappe, hasn't he? Surely. And then just play a 1-2 with Mbappe. Why would not just do that? It's a free kick. It's got to be a free kick for Sterling. Rightly so. Can't click on your comments yet, people. This is ridiculous. Oh, Mahrez absolutely tries to skip inside. It must be Google what's going on with this screen, you know, people. Oh, Mbappe. What the? I'm not even going to swear. Mahrez gets in behind. He's in the 18-yard box. Looks to drill it across, but it's a corner. Corner to Man City. 17 on the clock, if people, because I know some people obviously look with the timer and that. So 17 and a half on the clock, 1-0. Mendes with the ball after decent work from Mbappe and a little bit of Messi. Man City probably been the better team. They've just not had any real clear-cut chances. Grealish facing 2. Probably should have got the cross in there. Probably should have got the cross in there. He's got a half a yard just past Idrissa Gueye. I think he's got to wrap his foot around it. Because as soon as he's come back, there's doubled up on him. So should have just wrapped his foot around it. Should have wrapped his foot around it. They got obviously Gini Wijnaldum will come on as well. Right, I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? You know, if I turn this off, does it log us out of the stream? As in, like, log us off completely? Or let me have a look. Let me have a look. See if we can. I'm going to turn the computer off. All right. I'm going to have to restart everything. Okay, people. Might lose me for a moment. Right, here we are, peeps. I'm back. Let me know if it's back. I don't know what went on there. Let me have a look at all the comments. You can see me. No point sending super chat if you can't see the comments. Here we are. I'm back now. Sam, friend, you and Curtis should team up on live streams for other games. The only thing is, the only problem is when it comes to live streaming is sometimes, unless it's on the box, I'm ahead of Curtis. So we're having a mare. I'm ahead of Curtis. So it don't really work. That's why Curtis doesn't, a lot of the time, doesn't really have people live streaming on his channel when you're talking about games, because he doesn't want it to be like off, if you know what I mean. So that's why he doesn't really do it. Maybe if we can get in the same building and do a stream, we have spoken about that. So maybe one night we can do a live watch along and a big game, maybe one in the future where we can have a big game and we can try and get together in studio. We're just trying to find the right place, because obviously he's about half an hour from me. Messi's in the edge of the box, slips in. Oh, Walker, great defender in the end. So maybe me and Curtis will be doing something for sure. Yeah. Igabars put 1-0 already. Yeah, 1-0 was after what? 8 minutes? Anyone there? Anyone there? Yeah, the screen went black, people, because we had a problem loading the new score and it was just freezing. Ground control. We've sorted it now. Jamal's put Bernardo is not quite the right fit in the midfield. Thoughts? I mean, he was magnificent against Chelsea. He was probably man of the match against Chelsea. But there was a reason why he was being linked with obviously leaving in the summer. And like you say, I think when City are on top, he's obviously magnificent. The other side of it, he does do the other side of it. He does do the graph, but like you say, is there an improvement on him? I'm not too sure. He does work well in this team. I'm not too sure. Chris said that we missed a streaker. I hope not. 1-0, 22 minutes gone. I wouldn't say it's overly great entertaining, which sometimes that happens when you get two top teams. They cancel each other out. Mahrez trying to weave his way through. Bernardo gets it back to Mahrez. He'll clip it back stick. Kimpembe at the front there. And Neymar was just about to get on a run. And I think it's Cancelo's decided to just bring him down. Just about to go on a run. It's the first time I was probably going to see Neymar open his legs. Verratti is just quality. See how he beats the press. Imagine him next to Partey. Key word there, imagine. Yeah, imagine. Yeah, Verratti is quality. I just said earlier in the game, as soon as you get the ball, he's just in and around you. He's like a little Jack Russell, just napping at you, trying to get it. Yap, trying to get the ball off you, in and around you. He's just a pest. He's one of those players you'll beat, and then you've got to beat him again. Messi just spins away from Kevin De Bruyne like I spin away from my son. Like, it's just embarrassing at times. It's unbelievable. It's that low sense of gravity. It must be horrible to play against players with low sense. Have you ever noticed that most of the best players ever were all small? Yet in England, we release players because they're too small. I got released. So many players get released in England from academies because they're too small. Yet abroad, it's better if you're smaller. In England, your Iniestas, your Xavis, your Messis and all that, they probably won't even make it. They'd have probably got downhearted and disrespected in their earlier career as kids. Probably would have never made it in England. I'm telling you now. Look at even early now, people talk about, Phil Foden's too light. Erdegaard's not strong enough. You're like, listen, that's a proper typical English thing to say. Like, the Spanish team were all under 5'5", weren't they, when they won the World Cup twice or whatever, in the Euros in a row, except for two centre-backs and the goalkeeper. That was it. 25 on the clock. Like I said, it's not been great first half. I've got to be honest. No team's really better than any other. Probably City a little bit better, but nothing great. But it's down to both teams obviously cancelling each other out. This is a high quality players, if not some of the best players in world football on a football pitch. So if you've got the best right back against, or a great right back against a great left winger, they cancel each other out, and vice versa. So how come Conte made? Yeah, well, listen, he wouldn't have made it in England. I'm telling you. Oh, it could be what? Oh, he's at the bar. Who scored? Bernardo. He's at the bar twice. He's missed a sitter. Surely not. You've just seen one of the worst misses in football. I've got to see it again, but now PSG are on the break. Idrissa Gueye on the break. Not going to beat Walker for pace. Yeah, Kante probably wouldn't have made it in England. He may have because of his work rate and he's a grafter. Other than that, he got no chance. I swear they've just hit the crossbar twice, but the second one is at the crossbar from a yard out. Surely not. It's got to be a free kick. Jack Grealish cuts inside. As always, Herrera's like, so it comes in here, De Bruyne, free header, Sterling hits the bar. Oh my God, you've just seen the worst miss. You've just seen the worst miss, people. He's just missed an open goal from 2 yards out. 2 yards out. Wow. Wow. Chris has put, how do you think PSG would do in the Premier League? Wet Tuesday night and Burnley. The players are that good. I think the fact that Tuesday night in Burnley would their quality would overdo it. Do you know what I mean? Because if you've seen some of the grounds that PSG have to go to, then Burnley looks actually all right. Some of the grounds are like League 2 grounds in the French league, just full of fat standing fans. And PSG obviously go and it's not the great league, but it's not a very nice place. Some of those, Pep can't believe how he's missed. Can't believe how Bernardo Silva has just missed that, and neither can I. Can't see it, but I think they'd do all right, Chris, to be honest. I think they'd do better than Man United, and they'd do better than Liverpool, I think. Maybe not Liverpool. Gems is doing a watch along, so I don't think she's going to come here and obviously have a go at me. So Leonard's put, big up, Fran. Nice to see you doing good, brother. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you've had a good day. I know your time zone is different. I thought that'd be a free kick, but I hope you've had a good day and your week is going good. Tony's put, City can't afford to miss chances like that against better teams like PSG. I mean, I can't believe he's missed it. It's on his favoured foot. Is a yard out. Nothing. Oh, free kick. Kimpembe. No, it's not. Mahrez to Sterling. He's had a bad touch. Oh, it's like pinball machine at the moment. Absolutely ricochet. PSG are all over at the back, by the way. Absolutely all over, which is their weakest point. Which, for me, that should be your strongest point, and then you build a team around that. But Sterling's first touch was horrific. Absolutely horrific. BK's coming to chat. He said, big up, Fran. Turn the TV on and just seeing the chance by City. Should be scoring that. You can score that with your eyes closed. Your eyes closed. I think you could score that with your eyes closed. Al Beast has come on. I hope you're well, mate. Not seen you for a while. I hope you're good. Hey, Fran, you're going to see Messi at the Etihad on the return leg. I just don't even think you can get tickets. That's the problem. If you can get tickets, I think that'll be a sellout. Not sure when the return. When is the return leg? Let's have a look. Let's see. Fixtures. Let's have a look. When's the return leg? Sometimes they have a break, don't they? But hopefully it's in a. Don't even know if you can get tickets. Or I'm not working on that night. Then, yeah, let's have a look. They got Liverpool, Burnley, Bruges. Liverpool, Burnley, Bruges. Can't find it on my screen. Why that is? I'll find it on my screen. Probably been a couple of months, won't it? Because they don't play them straight away. So maybe November times, etc. Oh yeah, Chris is saying maybe November. So we'll have a look. What's up, mate? What's happening, Terence? Hope you're okay, mate. Hope you are good. Curve glass. I'm on mod duties, friend. Later, big man. Yeah, big up to yourself. Obviously, get your duties in with the old mods. Man United better beat Villarreal. Better pay back because Ollie's job could be on the line. You can wear your PSG shirt with Curtis at City. Yeah, I think I will, mate. Yeah, I think I'll have a Jordan Paris hoodie by then for that game. I'll have a look. Be good to take my little one, actually. My daughters are not interested in football at all. They probably don't even know who Messi is. Maybe my middle daughter will. City fans might turn up for that game. I think they will, mate. I think they'll come for that game. I can tell you that. That's one European game that they'll be excited about. Oof, great hands from Donnarumma. That is one game that they'll be happy for. 24th of November is the game. It's going to be a cold one, but yeah, if I can get tickets, which I think you should be able to get tickets, I'll watch that game. Might even vlog it would be a good one. Oh, Craig's coming with a super chat. Big up yourself, Craig. Messi looks like Stuart Little in that PSG kit. Yeah, it's a big kit, isn't it? You thought they'd get him an extra small, slim fit. Need to get him on the ball. He's on the ball now. Just easing his way into the game. You know, sooner or later, we're going to see one of those, you know, one of those runs that he does from about 40 yards, even at his age. Is he onside? Looks like he's offside. Mbappe is offside, yeah. Looks like he's offside. You're going to see one of those runs. Big up, Craig, for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. As always, mate, great support from you. Fran, would you take Kimpembe over Gabriel? No. I think Gabby's better, to be honest. I don't think Kimpembe is great. I think he's probably one of the weakest links for PSG. Of what I've seen of him, I'm not going to turn around and say I've watched him loads of times. I've seen him in the Euros. I've seen him last season. I've seen him now. He's a good athlete. Just don't think he's great on the ball. I think Gabby's just a little bit better on the ball. But I wouldn't swap him. I wouldn't swap him. I wouldn't say Gabby's a lot better. He's got to be offside. No, Sterling's not offside. Cuts it back. Surely he's got to cut it back. Why is he too late? He's having an extra touch. The problem with Man City, they're getting in and they're taking too long. Yet they're getting in. You can see where the weak point is from this PSG team. The lads at the back are poor. They're all over the place. Absolutely all over. It's like a pinball machine at the back. At the back, they're all over the place. If you think about it, there's only Hakimi for me who I think's good out of that back four. I think Mendes is all right going forward, but he's not the best defending as he's just been chopped up now near by De Silva. The only one I would like out of their back four is Hakimi, to be honest. And he's not, I wouldn't say he's an unbelievable defender either. He's great going forward, but he's not an unbelievable defender. So their weakness is definitely their back line. Hakimi to Herrera. He gives the ball away. Very sloppy at times. De Bruyne. City, I think City will win this game, you know. Oh, Sterling just tries to clip it for Mahrez at the back stick, but Mahrez can't. It's a little bit too much for Mahrez. So we've got 33 on the clock. Not been a great first half, people. I can tell you that. If you're coming in late, it has not been a great first half. Craig is saying, Fran, AJ activated his clause for the rematch. Usyk wants it in Russia. Rocky 4 all over again. Wow. And Usyk at the end of the day now is in the driving seat, and he should be. Messi puts a ball out from deep in his off. Great ball to Mendes. Mendes into Neymar. Neymar's already been in it. He goes to strike it, gets it all wrong. Absolute shank. He's not been the best at all, has he, Neymar? I know they've not had the ball a lot, but he's not been the best at all. Yeah, and Usyk should want it there. You know, why not want it there? He was, listen, I didn't know how good he was until he fought Joshua. I'm going to be honest, because I don't follow the heavyweight a lot these days, because it's not like it used to be. But the way he contained Joshua, and Joshua was bigger, a stone heavier, probably about 4 or 5 inches taller, and you're thinking, well, surely he's going to demolish this kid. But Usyk kept moving, kept getting on his feet. His guard was up the whole time, didn't get rocks anytime, and then just bang, and then his speed. He's quick. He's quick. So Joshua ain't feeling going to Russia. He is not feeling going to Russia. I can tell you that. He's got to activate that clause, though, hasn't he? Come on. He can't throw that one away. Tailor-made heavyweight, can't throw that one away. He might as well retire if he does. Neymar, just showing the goal again. Oh, Mahrez gets a little touch on it as well. Oh, you know what? I thought it was Mendes who scored. Here's me bigging up Mendes. It was Idrissa Gueye who scored. I thought it was Mendes who came in. Same height, everything. It was actually Idrissa Gueye that scored. Check me. It's only took me 35 minutes to figure that one out. Commentating, see, lazy commentating. Lazy commentating. Pinball machine, mate. You know those pinball. Can you remember pinball machines? How good were pinball machines? That's what it's like at PSG at the back. That's what it was like. Pinball. Crazy. They're poor at the back. Not been a great spectacle, people. I can tell you that now. Let me have a look, see if on other scores on and anything else what's going on. Hopefully the screen don't pause again. Brand new computer this is as well. Oh, De Bruyne gets a little bit of a nudge in the back, but he's got a shot off. Liverpool are winning 1-0. No joke. Gather guess who scored. Frightening. AC Milan 1-0. Leao, I think your name is. I think you pronounce his name. Not bad, to be fair. Thought he did well against Liverpool. Leipzig is 1-1 with Club Bruges. Nkunku, wow. He's absolutely flying, by the way. If you're not, I imagine you do know about Nkunku, but what a player. I'm sure he was at PSG, wasn't he? Chris has put Neymar and Mbappe have fallen out, haven't they? Is Neymar sulking? I don't know. I've not heard that. Have they fallen out? You're always going to have people fall out, especially when you got top players like that. They're going to have egos in the dressing room. That's a problem that Ronaldo has. A lot of players don't talk about it, but a lot of players don't like him in the dressing room after he's been there for too long. First, it's great. You know, it's like a new kid in the school. It's great. Mbappe's got him behind. He could be one-on-one. Cuts it back. Oh, who's he cuts it back to? Herrera, but it's straight. I thought that was offside. It's not offside, or did they put... You never know it's offside these days. It's offside there. No? Well, it looked offside to me. Mbappe, no one's going to touch him in the box. Oh, double step over, cuts it back. Oh, Marquinhos just misses it. Great feet from Mbappe, by the way. Does a step over like the original R9. Shifts it the other one in a tight area. Grealish is going to break now. Go on, son. De Bruyne. There should be a switch on. Got to be a switch. Oh, De Bruyne. A little bit lazy. It's a free kick. I actually think it's a harsh free kick, to be fair. His touch, he's overhit his touch. He's gone a little bit late. But I actually think it's a little bit harsh on Kevin De Bruyne. He's gone to swipe it. He's not even looking at the player. He's gone to kick it and I think it's his wrist has got there early and he's got booked. I think that's harsh. But I can see why he's giving it. I can see why he's giving it. Fran, who's been playing better? He's probably even at the moment, to be honest. Probably even. I got to be honest, Hal Beast. It's not been a spectacle. It's not been a great game. Which at times you understand that because both teams try and cancel each other out. Herrera side foots it. See what he's gone for, but straight at Edison. I heard Mbappe made a complaint about something. Well, Mbappe don't want to be there, does he? This is what I always say about, you know, when I'm on it. When you keep a player who wants to leave, it's not good because they will only give you 85, 90%. They'll never give you 100%. Coutinho, Harry Kane. I could name so many players over the history of football that they're never the same. Never. Like, suppose that is a booking. He is late and it should be a booking. So I thought it was a little bit harsh because he's not deliberately gone for it. He's gone to kick the ball. However, I do think that. But don't keep him. If Real Madrid bid that amount of money for someone who's got a year left, how stupid must you be when the player has said it's always been his dream to play for that club? You let him go. You let him go, don't you? Stupid. So now, like you say, any little thing is going to complain. He's not going to put 100% in at times. If it goes a little bit south, he's going to think, you know what, I can't be bothered. I wanted to leave anyway. Big mistake. Big mistake for me. Not saying he's going to down tools. I mean, they're struggling here at the minute. The Driss is struggling here. Albies is saying size don't matter in boxing. Remember, Rui shook the world and Tyson battered big guys. Yeah. And it's weird, isn't it? It's really weird because if you're having a fight with someone on street, on road, the chances are if I'm bigger than him, I'm going to be able to fill him in. And if the guy's bigger than me, then you're normally in trouble. But boxing's different. Obviously, it's a lot more tactical. It's not rogue. You can't go gung-ho. You got to try and break people's defenses down, etc. And it's all about skills, innit? It's like sometimes boxers, no matter how good they are, they always come up against a boxer who they can't beat because of the style of their boxing. So like you say, don't really matter in boxing. Fran, how crazy is that Mbappe will leave PSG on a free? If he leaves, it's the worst business. It's worse than Pogba and Man United's business. The only worst thing about that is they brought him back for like 90 million. I mean, you lose him for free, you buy him back, and then if you don't give him a new deal now, he might leave for free again. I mean, I don't know who runs the business side of these clubs, but they are absolutely clueless. I can tell you what now, I don't think it's footballers who run that side of these deals, because if they did, these players would not get away with what they get away with, because footballers are too wise to know what's going on. Whereas businessmen, they don't understand the football game on the inside. They just see it from a business point of view. So they let agents and everyone pull their pants down. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. If that was Xhaka as a straight red, I mean, it's interesting that some people would get a red for that. And at first I thought it was a bit harsh, but he's not meant to do it. We know that. And I think you can just see that he's tried to kick the ball, and he's already in motion to try and kick the ball. But like you say, you have seen reds for that. You have seen reds for that. I can tell you that. So that thing that was talking about who was going to be down the middle for City, then it was Sterling who was down the middle. Sometimes switching with Grealish, but Rodri's on the ball now. They'll be disappointed that they're not level after that shocker of a miss. Mbappe doing the defensive work, to be fair to him. Not happy doing that, but he's a young kid. He's got to do that defensive work. I don't think there's any away goals in the Champions League no more, is there? Which is going to kill a few teams, because you can't just sit and park the bus. You've got to go for it. Corner now, Kevin De Bruyne, in swinger, back stick. Ooh. So it's a poor header. It's a poor header. Diaz has got to head it back across. Diaz has got to head it back across. Basic save for Donnarumma. Another corner, though. Another corner, an in-swinger. This one going to be an in-swinger? I imagine it's going to be Mahrez. Idris is having a word with Laporte. Laporte's like half the side of Idris. Don't know why he's marking him. He's got to block him. He's got to just try and block him. And I think that's where the problem is. If the ref sees that he overdoes it, then he's gonna have to pull him up. Mahrez is saying, come feet. Near stick. Ooh. Marquinhos gets a header in the end. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne has tried something there, which is Kevin De Bruyne has not quite hit his level yet, has he? Messi's hardly been in the game. Yeah, he's got a head of that back across. Ruben has. It's poor from him. Loses Mbappe. He's not even looking at the ball till the last minute. So he's never going to win that header. He's never going to win that header. 44 on the clock, people. No one's really been in it. Chris has put, are those night badges meant to be like that, or is it faulty hoodie from the catalogue? Oh, these. No, it's meant to be like that. It's some range. Some crazy stuff. Like they glow in the dark and stuff. Like, yeah, it's got some limited edition stuff. It's called Nike Tour, I think. So they do double Nike there and double Nike swishes. And the other top's got like 3. I don't know. There's some edition that Nike do. Another corner, by the way, people. Going to clip it in. Oh, it's poor delivery, that is. Poor delivery. They're going to play 4 minutes, obviously, because he had that injury. Tony C's put, don't think Messi has scored since he joined. No, he's not scored. He's hit the crossbar 3 times. And the one that he hit the crossbar the other week was from about 40 yards. Mahrez is in. Oh, he doesn't need a touch. And if he does need a touch, he needs a touch to be this side so Neymar can't get his header touch into Neymar 5 yards out. A little bit wasteful at the minute. If he touches that to the other side, then he scores. Bad first touch from Mahrez. He'll be disappointed. But, yeah, he hit the bar the other day from about 40 yards. It was ridiculous. and then he was near enough one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and I don't know how the goalkeeper saved it, because Messi has done everything right. It's going in the bottom corner, and it literally hits the goalkeeper. It hits like the goalkeeper's lace and goes wide. It's unbelievable. But yeah, he's not scored at the minute. I'm sure he will, though. I'm sure he will. He's not created a lot. They've not created a lot at all. I think he'll only do a couple years here and then maybe go America or something like that. He's that type of player, and he's built for that. Just nice tick-a-tack of football. Yeah. And then he'll go and be, if he's into that, he may not want to go to America. He may want to go back to Argentina or something like that, Boca Juniors or something, if he's that side of the side on, I don't know who he supports. Probably Spanish team, because he went to Spain at like 13, didn't he? Surprised he didn't shoot from here. This is where he shot from last time. It hit the crossbar. It was ridiculous. Neymar to Mbappe. City have done well defensively as well. And look, they gave a ball away. Who's that? Is that Kimpembe? I think he's poor, you know. Is it 2-0? I know it was 1-0, Gems. Let's have a look. I know, obviously, it was that man, Salah, as always. Absolute. He's got to go down in, obviously, history, because he's ridiculous. And Mane. Salah and Mane. They got to be two of the best signings in Liverpool's history, them. Kessie, red card, did you? Yeah, I seen that you get a red card, so it could be. This is perfect for them, obviously, for Liverpool. I'm glad to see Liverpool. Like I say, my first club was Liverpool. Candy John Barnes. But then that changed. I never forget that candy kit. Never forget it. Actually, in the end, the candy was coming off and it had like this foam underneath. I used to pick at this foam. Best kit. Oh, he's nearly scored an own goal there from that corner. How he's not? That's nearly gone in his own net. Hakimi. Mane with a second. Yeah, Liverpool. Interesting, Liverpool City. I think that's going to be a tough game. I think if Liverpool do their 100 miles an hour in your face, then City will find it hard. I think sometimes Liverpool's style of play is one of those, I was talking about boxers, that sometimes no matter how good you are, there's always that boxer that you can't beat. I think at times Liverpool's style kills City. Mbappe and Neymar trying to do a few tricks, but Walker gives a little trick of his own, reps it round the corner. It kind of stitches Diaz up a little bit there. Pressing high, City again. Yeah, Jack Grealish pressing high. Chris has put, can Peterborough beat Bournemouth tomorrow? I know it's at home. Well, I think Bournemouth are flying, aren't they? I'm sure Bournemouth are... on Bournemouth top. Let's have a look. Half time, people. Half time. Bournemouth for second. Listen, at home, you never know with Peterborough. But Bournemouth for second. So away, what's the problem? My first shirt was a green and white one with Colesberg square in the middle. Fowler-esque. Oh, yeah. What? Every time you think of that kit, I think of Robbie Fowler. Robbie Fowler. Who else do I think of? For some reason, I think of Phil Babb. I don't know why. I think of Phil Babb, McAteer, McManaman, obviously Fowler. They're the players that I think of that. I'm sure Rob Jones, did he wear that kit as well? What year was that? What year was that? Kit, Fowler. No. What year was that? 96? 97? Trying to figure out your age. Oh, and here we go. Decides to... Oh, no, it's all right now. James put, big up Chris, closed there by saying a faulty hoodie and not fake. Yeah, listen, Jay, Chris has always got his old His banter comes in. Chris's banter. It's a strange banter. You need to get it. I can tell you that. But yeah, I don't know. It's called, you know what Nike do? The Nike bring loads of different ranges out, don't they? And this one's called World Tour or something. 95, was it 95? First kit. So, yeah, you're probably similar to my age then if that was your first kit around that. Fran, worst suit for an FA Cup final was, Liverpool was all white. You know what, though? I kind of like that style. I like that. I like that they wore that suit. David James, I remember them and they had the shades on and that. I remember that suit and I thought, that's classy. I like that. But it's different from the norm. And you know what people are like when it's different. If it's different, people don't get it. But I liked it. I liked it. Tony C's put Barnes, Rush, and Beardsley, great forward line. Peterborough Liverpool had back then. Listen, Peter Beardsley and Barnes. Jeez. Ian Rush, how many goals did he score? Goal machine, absolute goal machine. 10. Okay. Yeah, so a little bit younger than me then. 10. 95. It's crazy. Feels like a long time ago, but it's gone quick. I can tell you that. Was that Liverpool West Ham final? Was it West Ham in the final? I can't remember. But the suit vibes. I remember watching one game. I was at England Schoolboys and we was training up Newcastle, and we went to Alan Shearer's youth club where Alan Shearer had played. So I don't know what year was that. And that day we sat and watched the final. And I'm sure Liverpool were wearing that green and white kit. And Cantona scored the only goal for Man United. So I don't know what year that final was. I'm sure that was the FA Cup final as well. So I'm not sure whether that was a white suit time and that's why I remember it, or it was a different time. But that would probably match, to be fair. In 1995, England Schoolboys. I'm sure Liverpool were in that final against Man U. So it might be Man U. It might have been Man U. Might have been Man U. 1-0, people. Not the greatest game. Disappointed. Very, very disappointed in this game. It's always the case. You know what it's like. Always the case. When two top teams are on show, sometimes it's either going to be really, really good footballing or it's just going to be bang average because everyone keeps cutting each other out. And we've got a bang average one. We've got a bang average one. No one likes bang average, do they? No one. I'm going to see what's happening elsewhere around the... 95 was Everton winning 1-0. Maybe it was different. Yeah, what year? Maybe it was younger. What year did Liverpool play Man United in the FA Cup final? And Cantona scored, I'm sure, and Man United won 1-0. I'm sure. What year was that? Eric's put Fran, Grealish looking a bit lost out there. I wouldn't say he's done that bad. I don't think anyone's been great, to be honest. I really, really don't. I think Grealish, like you say, he's probably a little bit starstruck, but I think he's done okay. I think he's done okay. No one's been great. No one, not even the greatest ever. So yeah, David James and Collymore. What's Collymore now? I know Collymore. Might be 94. 95, I think that was. Yeah, Man United beat Liverpool 1-0. And Liverpool, I swear, had that white and green kit. I just remember it because we went to Alan Shearer's youth club. Because that's where Alan Shearer learned how to play football. And we was all buzzing. And we was at the England training camp. Or we'd had a game against Scotland. I can't remember. For England schoolboys. Can't remember. Grealish will never be the player for City he was for Villa. He was a big fish there. Now he's just another expensive talent at City. It's different though, isn't it? It's one of those where for him to get better, he needed to move from Aston Villa. So for him to get better as a player, he needs to move from Aston Villa. But at times, he may not look as influential because he's in a team with superstars. But as a player, he'll be better now he's at Man City, if that makes sense. Because like anything, you have to surround yourself with better people, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, whether it's through YouTube to gain knowledge, whether it's your friends, if you're still at the age where you have a lot of friends. As you get older, you don't tend to have a lot of friends. But you need to make sure you consume the right information from people. And I think that's in every kind of stage, every walk, and definitely with football players. 96, Gems thinks that was 96. Maybe then. Maybe it was 96. I can't remember what year, but I know I was like 15 or 16 at the time. Yeah, I know I was 15 or 16 at the time. So it would make sense around about the 95, 96. I think they're going to show this miss now. No, is this the miss? How he's missed this? I have no idea. I have no idea. Tony C's put 96. Yeah, makes sense. 95 at Everton, 1-0. Yeah, so it must have been 96 then. That is crazy. This miss is absolutely crazy. No one can believe it. 11th of May, 1996. There you go. Bang. There you go. Exactly the date. Don't know what Rio's saying in the box. Anyone help me out? Let me know what he's saying. Trivix put, also, do you think the upturn in Arsenal's form is Arteta actually turning things around for good, or another false dawn, just like the FA Cup run? The skeptic in me says it's another false dawn. Listen, I think this is what I have to look at it from Arsenal's point of view. They've had a good run. A few things have worked for them. Arteta can now say that what he's trying to do has started to turn the corner. However, like you say, you're not going to convince me over 3 games. That can be anything. Football turns very, very quickly. 1 minute you're good, 1 minute you're not. I've got to see consistency over a long time, see what they're trying to do. I can see what they're trying to do now, but it's all right doing it against 3 teams, and one of them might have been a local derby, but they were terrible. And they were terrible. Let's be honest, Spurs were terrible. We were good, but looking back at it, God, Spurs were absolutely shocking. So yeah, I just think it's I'm not sure if it's a false dawn as far as that, but I do think that I'm not going to get ahead of myself. That's for sure. Favorite FA Cup moment, Craig is asking. Wow. Trying to think back now. FA Cup moments. There's a few. There is a few. FA Cup moments. I'm trying to think what's my best FA Cup final. I can't think, Craig. I can't think, Remind me of a few, because I just can't think. FA Cup final, I was a small boy, 71 Arsenal, 2-1 Liverpool. Charlie George lying on his back after scoring. Way before my time, Chris. Ran about kicking the ball back garden afterwards. Munzi's coming. He's put, yes, Franny, good to see you. Can I get a shout out from an NFL show? So Mundy's got an NFL show. If anyone's into NFL, calls me a posh legend, which is quite good. I suppose I do go down in the history of obviously getting promoted. Wimbledon beating Liverpool. I can remember that, but I can't remember it. I think I can remember it by looking back at it, which was unbelievable. The high, tight shorts, which are now back in fashion. Those high, tight shorts. It's crazy that I never thought I would wear them, and now I wear them at the gym. Those tight, high shorts. It's crazy how fashion goes around. When I was playing, it was all about big, baggy shirts. And baggy shorts kits, which I would prefer a lot of tops, which is strange. I think I lost you for a bit there, a little bit. Second favorite, Sunderland's last minute winner against Man U. I was there. Something kicks out. Something steps out of me about Alan Shearer. I don't know why. Something sticks out. Alan Shearer. I don't know why. See, Michael Owens, which was unbelievable finish, but obviously I didn't like it. But Michael Owens' moment, steps out. Michael Owen was so good. How good was Michael Owen? Just peaked too early, didn't he? But how good was he? Wasn't good. 2001, weren't it? That one. Michael Owen's moment was 2001. That stands out for me. Not for good reasons, obviously, but how good was Michael Owen? It's amazing. What was I talking to the other day? I was talking about how quick football changes. And people are like, oh, but Michael Owen weren't this and this player weren't that. And I'm like, football changes every 10 years. Football changes because that's how long normally a football career is, 10 years. So only 10 years ago, we was talking about players who are coming towards the end and don't play no more. And you're thinking, wow, that moment. And then now, in 5 years, you're not going to be speaking about Jack Grealish, or 6 years. In 3 or 4 years, there's no Ronaldo, there's no Messi. It'll just be the Mbappes and Haalands and people like that. But, you won't be speaking about Aubameyangs. It's crazy. It just moves very, very quickly. And then there's the next set of fans. Football's definitely worse now. Football's nowhere near as good as it was. And people say, but Fran, are you being biased because you're older? Just saying, no, it's just not as entertaining as it was back then. It was passionate, emotional, in your face. These players that play now could never play then. Like, they could never play then. They wouldn't last 2 minutes. So football back then was so much better than it is now. I actually find football quite boring now, to be honest. I actually find football quite boring because you don't really see people dribble. You don't see people take risks. You don't see 50-50s. You don't see people get in each other's faces. You don't see fans jump in the crowd. It was so good football then. Now it's just not like that. It's like a manufactured kind of sport. So a bit sad, really, because you could see some top players, but the reason these players couldn't play now is because they wouldn't get the time of what they get now. You didn't have the time to do that, and the pitches were bobbly. And I don't know if anyone's seen a clip the other day of Ronaldo against, I think he played in Moscow as the original R9. I don't know if anyone's seen it. And he was just getting the ball from the halfway line and just running past players, and it was literally no grass on the pitch, and he was getting smashed left, right, and center, and he just kept getting up and playing football. It was crazy. Like, you imagine these just wouldn't be able to do that. Sure, it's put today's footballers are more athletes than footballers. Yeah, they're fitter, they're quicker, they're stronger, but they're nowhere near as like good, if you know what I mean. Eric's put, do you feel better about the loss against Brentford after seeing how hard it was for Liverpool? I wouldn't feel better. I always knew it was going to become hard. I didn't want to say we was going to lose, so I sat on the fence. But I always knew it was going to be hard. We didn't have the right teams. Brentford, knowing that Brentford, I played against Brentford many times, many moons ago, knowing the way that they are, they're going to come up and they're going to be in your face 100 miles an hour, not going to make it hard for you. So I always knew it was going to be hard for Arsenal. For me, Michael Owen was better as a late teenager and early 20s, not Keane in his late 20s and 30s. He struggled a little bit, didn't he? I think he had injuries, was too good at a young age, was fantastic, but he won Ballon d'Or. People forget he won Ballon d'Or. Like, he won Ballon d'Or, went Madrid. Like, he was a star of English football, that Argentina game and that. And then got injuries and he tail off. But listen, it's a high intensity sport. You train every single day for 2 hours, right? You hardly any get rest. You get rest on a Sunday if you don't get beat, and you might get a Wednesday off, depending. But the intensity, what it takes on your body and bones. So if you do get injured, especially back then, 20 years ago, you get injured. You didn't have the sports psychologist and the physiotherapists and the high-tech machines and the oxygen tanks now that these players use to recover. You just didn't have that, you know? Esky made Owen what he was. I mean, Owen was top draw, but Esky made Owen awesome. Esky was People, the disrespect that players used to get. Eski was so good. So good. Bargab has put, if I'm betting a little 10 grand, it can't be on Arsenal. Sorry. Yeah, listen, I would never be betting on Arsenal. I could tell you that. And I'm an Arsenal fan. Our current backline is looking so promising that people forget about Saliba. Early doors, very early, Jay. I've got to be honest. Gabby's been outstanding. What I think it looks like, obviously, Gabby has been told take responsibility. Ben White will get better. Tomiyasu looks solid, and Tierney looks solid. Are we amazing? No. Oh, what a ball! Sterling's in, and he's missed it. But what a ball! Who was that? Who played that ball? Great run. That was an unreal ball. Who was that ball? Can't even see who the ball was, but it was a great run. And it's a great ball. It just broke the lines of broke two lines. I don't know who it was who had the ball. Was it Grealish? Don't know when he was deep enough, but it was a magnificent ball. But yeah, listen. It's all about building foundations when it comes to a back four. And Arteta has now got his back four. So we will see. Messi on the ball now, surrounded by two Man City players. Gets it a little bit. He just walks through the game. It's funny. I remember Zidane was saying that all the best players walk and then they just come to life. We were told to consistently run around. I wish we was told to walk and then come alive. I do think, though, it's the English game, though. The English game is you don't walk around a lot. I can tell you that. Sam's come in. He's put, what's happening, Sam? Hope you well, mate. But evening, friend. Brighton is going to be tough at the weekend. It'd be typical Arsenal to mess that one up. Scenes FC back again. Listen, Brighton's going to be very hard. I watched them last night. They weren't outstanding. They had no Basuma last night, but they kept going and they kept going. And Mapai scored towards the end. Listen, I don't know where they are in the league. If they won, they would have gone on top. So they're probably about fourth or fifth. I'm not even sure where they are. I know it's very early. They're not there on. They're there on merit. Let's be honest. It's not luck. I feel we can beat them. I've gone for a draw, to be honest. I think because I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, because I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. I've gone for a draw, but it will be a tough game. It will be a tough game. Craig's but friend, do you think Gabby Saliba will be better than White and Gabby? I think White's better on the ball than Saliba, but Saliba is a better probably athlete. So I think it's because he wants one athlete and one who's good on the ball rather than two who are not bad on the ball, but two athletes. So I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. You'd have to see them play together. It's wrong for me to say. What would I go for? I would go for Saliba and Gabby. That's what I would go for, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. No joke. Nuno Mendes looks really good. I thought he was the one who scored the first one. Oh, great touch from around the corner. But you're not going to beat Walker for pace. All right? You're just not going to beat him for pace. Not no Mbappe, not no one. I have never seen anyone in a proper race beat Kyle Walker. I've seen people, when he switches off, people get in front of him. But when the ball's over the top, I have never seen, not once, anyone beat Walker. I don't even know if Adama Traore has beat Walker. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. And Adama Traore is rapid. But they're sprinters. They're 100-meter sprinters. Adama Traore and Walker are probably the fastest players. They've got to be the fastest players in the Premier League. That's for sure. Sterling keeps running behind decent. Grealish faces Hakimi. We all know Hakimi's not great at defending. Oh, he's poor. It's poor, but then it's back again. Slack from Idrissa Gueye. Idrissa Ghana, I think his name is. Behind, again, you know what? As much as PSG have been slack and goals have got him behind, players have got him behind, they've recovered excellently. I think he has. I think he's definitely took that advice. Balling behind. I think he's not being told. He's just walking around because he's like, I've had enough. I have had enough. What about Walcott when Walker was I don't know, did he? I don't know, did he? I can't remember. I just can't remember me watching it and saying, right, he's just beat him. See you later. Walcott was rapid as well. Rapid. I think Walcott was underrated at times. I think people were harsh on him. Good play. He just seemed a little bit too posh at times. Do you know what I mean? It seemed a little bit too posh at times. So that when you wanted that extra, when you want that ball from De Bruyne, when you want that tough, when you need to demand and you need to rough people up a bit. Walcott didn't have that, did he? He's not the type of person that you want to rough people up. But I think you need that. I think you need to be like that. The players today are a little bit soft; they're not ready for that. But for me, I was always taught that you got to rough people. You got to show like the masculinity side at times. You can still be a nice person, but I think especially in sports, you got to take control of the situation. PSG, that's a free kick down the back. Could be a yellow there. Eric popped in. He's giving me something. Yeah, listen, love that. Great support as always. Really do appreciate it. Best Freddie memory. For your best Freddie memory. Oh, I think we're talking about Lundberg, I hope here. Yeah, come on, Eric. Give me a thumbs up if we're talking about Freddie. There's one moment. Which one was it? I think he's dinks it over the goalkeeper. Always comes to my mind. Can't remember who it was against. 0-2 kit. He's running. He just dinked it over. I think you're on about Freddie. It must be talking about Freddie. If we've got Sweden in the house, must be. Must be. Never been Sweden. Always wanted to go. Never been Sweden. I think I will go once this COVID thing stops. There's a lot of things that obviously I'll be traveling, and one of them I'm going to be doing is 100%. I'm going to be driving up from driving around Europe. I've said I'm going to go for a month, and I'm just going to drive around Europe. So I'm going to do 100%. And Sweden, I'm going to Switzerland, all those places. I'm going to drive around Europe for a good month. A lot of petrol, a lot of miles, but definitely. That's what I'm going to do. I've always wanted to do it, so I'm going to do it. Definitely. There's only one Freddie, mate. Some people would say there's over Freddie Mercury, but there's only one Freddie. From what did you make of Ek and Henry at the game? At the weekend, Henry even rocking the retro shirt. Yeah, the retro shirt was decent, Sam. I actually checked online now. So the one without the blue and that on the side, you can actually now get it in slim fit. And they've got it in the yellow and blue as well. I don't like buying new merch, got to be honest, especially with what's going on. But the old merch, I've not got a lot of stuff because I'm not a football shirt fan. I don't like wearing football shirts. You'll probably never see me in one. I don't wear them. But I do like the retro ones. If they are a slim fit. I don't like the retro ones when I was playing and they're big and baggy because you can't wear them anyway. Henry looked like he had the big and baggy one on with the whole shirt underneath. But you know what? I just think it was a little bit of a sign to tell people, listen, we're not going nowhere. And then, he's got to be careful for me. City in behind, drills it across. Oh, it's a great save again. De Bruyne does everything right except put it in the back of the net. Yeah, I think Henry's got a little bit careful. I imagine him and Daniel Ek are very, very close. They must be. PSG trying to get him behind, very close. But he did say, listen, we're not going nowhere. So I think that's a big, bold statement. He said, we're not going nowhere. So I think they're making it pretty clear that if they want to sell the club, we're here. See, the thing is, he's worth 2 billion or whatever. He's going to have to get a lot of investment to make it work. A lot of investment to make it work. So interesting. But Eric has also, thanks for the super chat, mate. Really, really do appreciate it. Big one. There's only one Freddie, mate. Freddie scored on his debut against Man U, lobbed the keeper. I don't know if that was the one. My memory, by the way, when you ask me about football, my memory is shocking. Some people, I forget that I've played against certain teams and played at certain stadiums. I don't know why. I think it's because I played that much football and I've watched that much football. I forget. Honestly. Tony's put Walcott lacked consistency. I think that's what it was. On his day, he was very good, but he would have a good game, then 3 average games. And listen, going from experience, I understand that. That was my problem. I'd have 1 world beater game, and then I would have 3 average games. I couldn't keep that consistency. A lot of the time, it was my antics off the pitch, getting me in all kinds of drama, so I couldn't keep consistently on it because it was messing with my head. which I always state how important it is to live right off the pitch, because you need that consistently on it, your everyday habits. Whereas my habits were, you would think I was like a World Cup winner. My habits when I was a player, I can tell you that. But yeah, like I say, it's consistency. Yeah, Sahar's fast as well. You know, Gems is saying Sahar's fast. I just don't think he's fast, but he ain't that fast, is he? You know, you get fast and then you get lightning, like lightning. And they were lightning, just gliding past the pitch. Lightning. I think Mbappe's quick. Mbappe's quick, and I think Walker would still beat him by about 3 yards. Liverpool game must be boring, Gems. Still 2-0, 58 minutes. Liverpool. Let me Leipzig 2-1 down now at home to Club Brugge. Obviously, Liverpool 2-0 still. AC Milan still 1-0, and Dortmund are 1-0 up against Sporting Lisbon. And Real Madrid are losing, by the way, to Sheriff. 59 minutes on the clock. Real Madrid at home are losing, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. That will go down in history, surely. I know it's only in the group stages, but that will go down in history, surely. Still, 56 minutes, people. Not a lot to talk about. City are by far the better team at the moment. Moving the ball well. Most possession. I've had probably 3 opportunities. It's got to be handball. Surely, it's the edge of the box. It's got to be. Could be on the break now. Walker's back in. I always just look for Walker if anyone's going to run over the top, because as soon as Walker's back in, that's it. It's like you're never going to be able to break. What is going on here? Slowed right down. New sheriff in town, Eric saying. The new sheriff is in town. I'm seeing Salah has scored again, yeah? It's not come up yet. Salah scored again. 3-0, you're missing out. I know it looks like a good game. Looks like a good game. You have to tell me about it. Tell me about it. Later on. New sheriff in town. Let's have a look. Is it updated? It's not updated my end. That's interesting. 3-0 Salah, yeah, 60 minutes. Salah's an absolute goal machine. Absolute goal machine. After the Arsenal performance the weekend, how big is this Xhaka injury and what Arteta wants to do? It's interesting because I was disappointed. Right, in behind, I was disappointed that Xhaka was in. And then I was trying to find a reason of why Xhaka was in. And the only reason I could see is he's got experience in the derby. He's got more experience than a Lokonga, than an El Neni. So he's going to put him in this big game. And I don't want no one to get injured, because I thought he did well. And maybe as much as Xhaka wanted to leave and we don't like him, maybe he is crucial in the balance of what Arteta wants. People are not thinking that. People are thinking, I don't want him in this club because he gave him the finger, and rightly so at times. Who else you're going to put in here? I've seen some people saying Patino. I might do a video on stop hyping youngsters up, because you're actually sabotaging their progress. It's ridiculous, right? But I understand people are going to do it. But you got to understand the dynamics of youth team football to the first team. Like, it's a transitional period, and it takes a long time of preparing them mentally, not only physically, for what they're going to let themselves in for. But Xhaka may be very, very important to the way Arteta wants to play. And we will only know now, because if we go to Brighton and we don't run that midfield, then all of a sudden it looks like Xhaka is a pivotal part in that. Or Partey don't do well, and people will say, well, it's because Xhaka's not at the side of him. I actually think the reason Partey and Xhaka did well is because there was no one in midfield for Spurs. And I think we're looking past that. There was no one in the midfield for Spurs. I could have played. But I don't want to be negative when I say that. Now, Lokonga is good. Terence is saying Lokonga is good. Lokonga is good, but he doesn't trust him, or he's not experienced enough as Xhaka. Now, some might say, Fran, is he better than Xhaka? I think it's wrong to say that he's better than Xhaka at the minute. The kid's only come in. He's not played enough as many games as Xhaka. Over the course of the season, I think if you played Xhaka and you played Lokonga, I think you would see that actually Xhaka is still better. We can't be disrespectful in the fact of what Xhaka can do in the role he's asked to do, you know? So now Sambi has to come in and say, right, listen, it's my time. Will he bring El Neni in? I'm not too sure. But he definitely needs to bring him in and say, this is my time. And just like Sam's saying, cement that place and say, I'm going to produce. It's all right looking good in certain games. Brighton is a good game. We need Basuma and Xhaka out. We do need, definitely we need, I was against Basuma at one stage because I thought he was too, not the ball playing midfielder that we want. But I've now started to see what's going on. Arteta wants to set up where our front four are the ones that go and create and everyone else is reassured at the back and building the foundation. I can now see what he wants to do. So I would go for Basuma, but it doesn't look like we're interested in him. It really doesn't. So we will see. I think we definitely need a good holding midfielder. I think modern day football is you need that holding midfielder. Benzema for Real Madrid, 1-1 people. Updated. From a partner in the chat. 1-1 update from the partner. We need Basuma and Xhaka out. Chris Partey and Lokonga, better partnership against Brighton. Listen, I think it's time for that to happen in a good game. I've got to be honest. Sam's saying, I agree with you, Fran. Spurs were so poor at the weekend. They were so bad. So bad. By the way, keep updating me scores in the chat if you like. If anyone doesn't want to know the scores, let me know and I'll stop the scores from coming in because I know some people like to look at highlights after and I don't want to ruin it for anyone. So if you don't want to know the scores, people, let me know in the chat and then we'll stop it. But if everything's okay, let me know. Yeah, Spurs were terrible. Listen, Spurs were terrible and we were very good. Yeah, so that's why we got the scoreline. We will come crashing down to earth, I think, against Brighton. I don't think it'll be as good game. I think it'll be a draw. I hope that we win, but I don't think it will be as good a game as Spurs, obviously, because of the environment that we was in. Terence is saying Spurs midfield was like Moses period. I mean, it was ridiculous. I didn't know it was that bad until Thierry Henry went through it because I was just looking at what Arsenal were doing with the ball. I didn't really take too much interest of what Spurs were doing, which I probably should have really. But I didn't. I was just happy to look what we were doing. But then when they highlighted it, and then I went back and had a look at it as well, it was ridiculous. I think eventually, once we get to a big level or wherever we go, I might do like a tactical, after the game, do a tactical show and go through the gaps and why this happened and why that didn't happen. But to do it now, I think is a little bit too early. But maybe as we grow, I think that's a good idea. Because I see a lot of people, by the way, doing tactical shows. And I'm like, I'm not sure you know what you're talking about. And then when I check them out, like they've never, ever played football. They've not got no coaching badges. And I'm thinking, I can understand what you're doing it, but I think, in my opinion, I think maybe you're going to get more people if you're kind of qualified from the tactical side of things. Forgive, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe that's just my judgment, and maybe I'm being a little bit biased. I'm not too sure. But maybe that's something in the future. We've got a lot in the future. Obviously, a lot that I want. Oh, Neymar's in. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he's got it wrong. He's had a touch. Kyle Walker does something very, very clever there. What you just seen. As Neymar is just about to shoot, Walker's pace gets him out of jail and he nudges him there. A slight nudge and Neymar has to have a touch which takes him off angle. That's that pace again, people. But he's got in. He got in very easy as well. Very, very easy. Very easy. Games that done. Just took off Salah, Mane and Milner. Yeah, game's done now. Saving for the big game coming up. They were shocking. Yeah, they were shocking, Spurs. Good idea, JM21. I think it's be good. It could be something in the future that obviously we will see, because we want to grow. Like I say, I do the live streams. I also do the match day vlogs when I do the commentary. And then every so often I'll just put an edited video up. But there's a few things that I want to do. Podcast, tactical show, all these things. But you've got to get all the tech. I want to do it right and all that stuff. So all in good time, people. All in good time. Craig's put, Fran, do you see Henry on Monday Night Football discussing that penalty with Perez? No, I didn't. I just seen what I did see on Monday Night Football. I seen the when he was talking about Spurs, and then I had to do some other things. So I didn't catch it. And elaborate. What was he saying about the penalty? Messi won't feel special playing with Neymar and Mbappe. I think Messi just got, listen, Messi's one of those players where he'll just coast through games. And then when he gets the ball, he'll just do his thing. Like you say, it's all about dynamics. It's all about dynamics in the game. When you've got Messi and when you've got Neymar and Mbappe, who they want to be the golden boy, they won't pass to Messi when they should pass to Messi, because Messi will have to come a lot deeper. And what'll happen is Neymar and Mbappe will run into the spaces where Messi would have ran into for Barcelona. So they're going to run into your space. So Messi's not going to be able to run into that space, which kills the dynamics. But listen, Messi, PSG and Man City were the only two who could have gone for Messi. I think he should have gone Man City. He would have been so much better for Man City than PSG. To be honest, so much better. You can see that the way Man City moved the ball. Grealish, skips 2-3. He's had too many touches. He's got to have a shot. He's actually offside. Donnaruma's going crazy saying, why are you not doing it first? Wonder why he chose PSG. I think they're the only club that could have got him out, that bailed them out from, to be honest. There's only Man City. I think Man City couldn't do it because they got Grealish. They see Grealish. Obviously, they got Grealish first. They didn't know what was going to happen with Messi. And Grealish is coming off now. Foden's going on. But yeah, like you say, I just don't. The dynamics of the team with Messi, Messi's Messi, for me, greatest player ever. And his move to PSG is not going to change my mind, by the way. I'm not going to say, by the way, a guy that's ripped the world apart with football, if he doesn't work at PSG, then he's not the greatest. You know what I mean? That argument for me is not valid. Some people say, was gone to another country, it's not worked. Listen, that can happen. Ronaldo scores more goals. Ronaldo's a goal scorer. Ronaldo's not a better player. So there's two different types of players, I can tell you that. And for me, the one is the better player. I understand people's arguments depending on what type of player you would like in who you like as a player. That's fine. No one's right, no one's wrong. However, like I said, Messi and Neymar and Mbappe are going to run into the third man areas. And by the way, Messi and Neymar don't have the midfielders behind them like Barcelona. You know, just don't. But Messi for City would have been unbelievable. 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 Yeah, it is. It is. It is. I know Kurtz has got some other things going on as well in the future, but it's definitely something. Me and Kurt, we're close. We're close friends as well. We've known each other for a very long time. So it's inevitable that me and Kurt will have a show, if not two, in the near future. It's just organizing all in good time, sitting down and having a proper chat. When everything else settles down. He's still building this channel, and obviously my channel's a baby, so it needs to keep getting built and built and built. You know, money, it's the only way he could have got to. No one else can afford to take him. You know, imagine Messi a false nine, ridiculous. Henry said that the penalty should have been retaken because it didn't move from the penalty spot, but he did mention Mills. Yeah, well, we know what. We know what Danny Mills. Foden. Kimpembe. Good slide. Yeah, we know about Danny Mills. Danny Mills, that's his nightmare. That twist up will be forever. It should be a proud moment. I thought it was an own goal. Should be a proud moment. That, by the way, grandkids, listen, there was this guy called Henry who was one of the greatest in the Premier League, and he did this to me. And that's why I'm famous. That's what he should do with that. Jamal's coming. He's put, do you like Andre Konza, Fran? Would you take him at Arsenal? 100%. I think he's better than Mings, to be honest. Foden on the edge of the box. Bruyne is not got the heights yet, has he? To be honest, he's not got the heights yet. I think Konza is the better of the two centre-backs, Jamal, to be honest. And I'm surprised a lot of people have not mentioned him. I don't know why people have not mentioned him. When you look at Villa, I think he's the better centre-half. Are you a Villa fan? If you're a Villa fan, let me know, because you may have seen more than him if you are a Villa fan. But for me, when I've seen them, that's all I've seen. I've just seen Konza, the better player. I think Tyrone Mings is physically strong. He's big. I mean, that's an horrific touch from Mbappe. Horrific. You know, when people talk about Mbappe and Haaland like the next big things, I think people are overhyping him. I think they're overhype. Honestly, I'm just saying it. Or on the flip side, because he wanted to move, he could be doing a Harry Kane flex and not interested. So we will see. We will see. But I think Konza all day, mate. Take him all day. Fran, when Curtis does his R9, R10 debate, you have to join in. Listen, R9, there's no debate. Like, R9 is my favorite ever player. Right? He made football great for me. Obviously, when I'm a pro, you still look at other players. So I used to look at R9 and Henry all the time. I used to get their boots. I used to drift out wide. I used to do the step over on the edge of the box. I tried everything to base my game on those two players. I just liked life away from football sometimes a little bit too much. But R9, for me, is my favorite ever. And listen, Messi is my best player I've ever seen. But my favorite player is R9. R9 is my favorite player. Fran, what watch along will you be doing tomorrow night? I'm not sure about tomorrow, to be honest. I'm not too sure. Obviously, you've got Benfica, Barca. You've got Man United, Villarreal. You've got Juventus, Chelsea. Probably not the Benfica, Barca. I'm not going to do Bayern. It's between Man United, Villarreal, and Juventus, Chelsea. I'm not too sure. I imagine Curtis is doing one. I might do a different one from Curtis, because obviously a lot of my subscribers are Curtis's subscribers. So when Curtis is on, obviously I don't get a lot come over here, which is understandable. So I'm not too sure. In the chat, what do you think? Shall we do Man United, Villarreal, or shall we do Juventus, Chelsea? Porto have scored. Evening, Carl. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you are well and you've had a great day. Sammy's saying, I'm a Villa fan. He's 100% the better of the two. That's what I mean. I thought for me that it was obvious that Konza was better of the two. I just thought maybe I'm just being my typical self. Messi's breaking. Goes to Neymar. Messi. Oh, my God. Messi is here. And that's what I mean about this player. Oh, my God. What can I say, people? He's hardly touched the ball. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it's ridiculous. By the way, this finish, right? He makes it look so easy. This finish is hard. On TV, it looks easy, right? I'm telling you now from a former pro. This finish is hard. It's just ridiculous. Honestly, ridiculous. Chelsea, what about Ronaldinho? Was the most talented. If Ronaldinho carried on, I mean, I was just mind-boggling when I watch him play. But Ronaldo had that explosive. But Ronaldinho was just a joke. I mean, look at this. Easy, pops it in. Great. He doesn't even put it right in the top corner. But Edison thinks he's going the other way. He gives Edison the eyes. I actually think, does he give Edison the eyes? He gives Edison, watch this, gives Edison the eyes. Does he? I didn't see it with his head, but mate, he is the GOAT. I'm sorry, mate. He's the GOAT. There's no argument. With this guy. This CR7 argument needs to be washed in the water, mate. I've said it for years ago. Just stop it. Sometimes you just got to stop it. I understand people may like Ronaldo better as a person, but as a footballer, I can't wrap my head around it. However, I get it. because there's always got to be one side, to the argument. And there's always got to be another side, I think maybe Edison gave him the eyes. I'd love to see the camera from him seeing where his face went, because as he's got that ball, it would not surprise me if Messi looks that way and then whips it the other way. Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me. Ronaldinho, Henry, my all-time fabs. I mean, Ronaldinho was just was ridiculous. Ridiculous. He's the most naturally and most entertaining football I've ever seen. Ronaldo is my favorite player. I think it's just because of the era. And Messi, for me, is the greatest player. Maradona, obviously close second. Yeah, R9 did it everywhere he went. For me, the best striker ever played the game. Just ridiculous. He was like the first awesome striker who could do everything that I seen, for me. He was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Great 1-2 to finish. It was just unreal. What a finish. Messi the great. Sam saying Mings always has a fault in him. Always. Mings always. Should Edison have tried just a bit more? I think, because if you have a look at Edison, as he's set, I think Edison is going to, you're on camera, Messi's left. Edison is going to go to his right because he thinks Messi's going to curl it in the bottom corner. That's what I think. Ronaldinho chip against Seaman fluke. He claimed it was meant. Nah, he didn't mean that. I remember that game. I was in Malia, giving it large portions. I think absolutely slaughtered. I'll never forget that holiday. I think at the time, I think I had like a Lakers basketball top on and boxer shorts in a bar. I don't even know what was going on that day. And I remember that game and I was like, oh my, I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it, that one. Messi times, all round. Terence has put a City signed Lescott over Jagielka. People often miss the better player. Yeah, I can see why they signed Lescott. Athlete. He was more of an athlete, but Jagielka was the better defender. CR7 is a goal scorer. Messi can do it all. That's for me, that's the argument. CR7 is a ridiculous goal scorer, but Messi's a ridiculous goal scorer and a ridiculous assist and a ridiculous pre-assist and a ridiculous humble guy. For me, it's all over. Do you think Neymar will ever reach Messi levels? No. That Neymar is, for me, like the modern day Ronaldinho. So the entertainment naturally flicks balls over people's head, that type of player. But when their mindset, Brazilians' mindset, by the way, is different as well. It's all about football is like a religion. Football is, look at the history of football. Their football is seen as fun. They see football as fun. That's why they play like they play on the park. That's why Neymar, they all do. And then when they reach a certain level and they accomplish something, they just want a party. So different type of players. There's not many players in the world who, he's on side. Mahrez, Donnarumma, by the way, has been solid when he's had a chance. Neymar is that entertaining football, and I can see why a lot of people don't like him. I love him. I love Neymar, but I can see why people don't like him because he makes football just as fun. And some people wanted him to be more serious. Jones put Salah better than Neymar. I think they're different. Salah is more effective, completely more effective. But I think they're different players. I think they're very, very different players. Lescott was a beast at Wolves. He was a beast. He was a beast. Apparently, Messi not humble and a tyrant towards his teammates. I mean, I just can't see that. I just think, obviously, power, if you're that good, it could come across as being maybe a little bit arrogant. I think people obviously would maybe pass to Messi when they shouldn't pass to Messi. But for him to be as consistent as he is and never really celebrates every single goal that I've seen. I imagine times that there isn't when he's been sulking or at times off the pitch because you can't be happy all the time. I just don't see it. It looks like everybody loves to be around him. Whereas with Messi, with CR7, I know through people that have played with him who I know that it's not like that, But, never judge a book by its cover. Never take things firsthand from people who you don't know. You should never do that. You should never do that. Unless you've experienced it
and you can only go off that. So it's wrong for me to say if that Messi is more humble than Ronaldo. If I've never witnessed it, I've heard it from people who I know, but I've never witnessed it. So it's wrong for me to say that. Just how they come across on the football pitch, that's for sure. Shouting out youngsters, sulking, etc. I get that, but listen, I actually remember one time when I signed pro and I gave the ball away, and the captain pinned me up on my debut, pinned me up. No, my second game. The first game I got tea thrown on me by the manager. My second game in men's football, when I turned pro, I got pinned up against the wall because I didn't hold the ball up. Bear in mind, I was about 8 stone playing men's football at 17, up front against old school centre-halves. And I got pinned up against the wall and basically nearly slapped and said, if you don't hold the ball up anymore, you basically, we're gonna drop you. We're gonna get you out of the team. So when a player, and I've done it as I've got older, I think it's your level of demands. When Messi is hammering young kids, too right, because kids are wrapped in cotton wool. No matter what area you live in, you want to be something, you best toughen up. So I'm all for that. I'm all for getting on people's backs, because especially if you want to win. There was a tweet out today about Guendouzi, or Guendouzi was having it with his teammates. Well, rightly so. Rightly so. Because his teammates gave the ball away and he was not happy. So he was in their face. I agree with that, you know, but I don't agree with bullying. There's a thin line between getting in people's faces and bullying, you know. But like you say, I can only go off what we know and what we see. I don't watch media or listen to the news and things like that. Once a week is torture. For me to listen to mainstream news and media and all that. But it is what it is. We can only go off that at times. 5-1. Wow. Someone's happy. Someone is happy. Sam is saying, oh, shut up, Terence. Whoa. Slow down. Obviously, you know what the community is like. Maybe for want of a better word. All right, Sam. Fran, Curtis is getting slated in the chat because of the tweet he put out about Messi being Ryan Fraser. Who put that out? Who put that out? Who put a tweet out? Curtis put a tweet out. When was that? It must have been not tonight, surely. The disrespect. You best tell him, say, Fran is disgusted. That's a disrespect at the highest level I have ever seen in my life. Ever. You best tell him disrespectful toward the greatest player that we have seen in our generation. Disrespectful, Curtis. I'm going to pull him up on that. Oh, wait, Curtis channel out saying Messi looks like Ryan Fraser in a PSG shirt 2 minutes before he scored that goal. That's why you should never open your mouth against the best ever players. Be quiet. Have a balanced argument, okay? And that's it, because they're not the greatest for no reason. Curtis got to eat some serious humble pie now. Serious. I try not to go on my phone when I'm on it. In fact, you know what I'm like. I try not to go on my phone at all times. But yeah, that's what happens. You can't be saying things like that. Yeah, that was her catchphrase. Oh, sorry, peeps. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, mate. You've lost me, you two. You've lost me. I thought it was being a little bit disrespectful. She sound down sugar tonight for Champions League. Happy hour, 9 till 11. Oh, she's down Sugar Hut, eh? She's down Sugar Hut. Wow, what a place. What a place. Literally a few minutes ago. I can't believe that. That's why you should never open your mouth, mate. You should never open your mouth. I could tell you that. But take your time. What you got to look at, right? Neymar's team has hardly gave him the ball. So to disrespect him and say he looks like Ryan Fraser is not looking at the game properly. And Curtis will know I will pull him up. You're not looking at the game properly. He's not getting the ball. Like, players can only be judged when they get the ball, surely. It's like me judging you before you get to work. You know, surely you can only judge a player when he gets the ball. And if he never gets the ball, then you can't judge him. Surely. I mean, you know, it's like I say, it's like me judging you before you go to work. Before, like, how can I do that? You know? I don't get that. I'm just trying to great finish. Look at that. Literally. I think Edison's gone the other way. I think he's gave him the old look that way, whip it in that one. To be honest, that's what I think he's done. It's a great finish. Great finish. You know what? I'm not. And by the way, I am not changing this score in case my screen pauses again. It'll do me head in if I don't try and change it, though, people. It'll do my head in. I think I might have to take the risk, people. Let's have a look, see if it works. Sheriff 2-1. Wow, people. Wow. It's a good job. Away goals don't really, they don't really matter. It's only group stages anyway, and it's points. You know how it goes. Points. Ooh. Nearly got in again, you know. They've nearly got in again. There we go, peeps. There we go. Here we go. It didn't mess up that time. Right there. There we go. Here we go. Jay has put, is there a player out there right now with the potential to reach those Messi and Ronaldo levels? Because it might be a little while. No, I don't think there is. These are once in a 40, 50 year player, I think, or 30 years. If you look at the players before, look at the greats of the greats over the last 50, 60, 70 years. There's only been a handful. So I don't think you see them. I think we'll have a generation where maybe we're going to have a 10-year generation where we don't see that type of player, because it's going to be and also they may die out the game. They may die out the game because, I mean, fantastic. Let's be honest. Fantastic. 2-1 Madrid, James is saying. Thapilo is saying, how good is Nuno Mendes, though? Grew up in the game really well. I think listen, I think he can still improve. Of course, most players can still improve, but he's solid. He's solid. Can switch off a little bit, but he's solid. If Man City don't get an away goal, PSG will probably win the group. Yeah, PSG will win the group because, listen, I think the return leg, I think City will beat PSG at City. I can tell you that because City have been wasteful in front of goal. Like we say, they've been wasteful in front of goal against Chelsea, against all their teams, to be honest. They've not got that striker instinct. There's only Jesus who has that striker instinct. Here's a chance. Free kick. Don't rate Neymar, Fran. Ego too big for my liking. And I get that, Sam. Listen, I get that. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like him. I try and look beyond that because I don't really want to judge him because I don't know him. I try my hardest to look beyond people's like ego and things like that, because they just need to work on self-development and work on themselves. But as a footballer, I think he's a very, very good footballer. I like what he does as a footballer, but like you say, as a person, he could be not a very nice person. I get that. I do. Daniel's coming. He's put, Dan, can you make an argument for Iniesta being the GOAT? All day. He's one of the best I've ever seen. Iniesta is one of the best midfielders I've ever seen. 100%. Probably my favorite midfielder, to be honest. Fran, if Pep doesn't win the Champions League, City, would he have failed for not winning it? Listen, some people would say yes, but I don't think so. It's a one-off competition. If you put all the managers in your hand who who have won the Champions League doesn't always mean that they're the greatest. And there's people that have lost. Doesn't mean it's just like these people say, yeah, well, someone can't be great because they've never won an international trophy. You can't help where you're born. And sometimes it don't work in competition football. I think he'll be very, very disappointed if he doesn't win it with Man City, because out of all the clubs that he's had, these have had the most money. So it tells you that obviously it's not just money that wins you things, because you know what I mean? He's won it before with a club that's not had as much money as City. Don't get me wrong, was a great team. So, I mean, they've got Messi lying on the floor. This new thing is just disrespectful. Like, it shouldn't be happening. Mahrez, Donnarumma, simple. This line on the floor, how many times, by the way, how many Ronaldinho and De Bruyne has put it under the wall? I've probably seen it 3 times in 100 years of football. Not that I've been around 100 years, but you know what I mean. So why to lay someone on the floor is just stupid, if you ask me. Fran, do you know Trias Coin? No, I don't. I've seen a few people talk about it in a couple of my communities, but not really looked at the project. Don't know who's founded it, etc. I don't know, to be honest, Eric. I will look it up. I mean, what's it doing? Is it on the charts at the minute? Let's have a look. Let's have a look, see if it's on the charts at the minute. What's its ticker? Have a look what its ticker is. What's BTC doing? BTC's tried to come back up. Hex is dropping a little bit good. I want Hex to drop to about 30 so I can get my hands on that. Let's have a look. What's it ticker? I don't know what its ticker is. Let's have a look. I think its ticker is its ticker at OLD. Is that right? I think it's at 0.006. Is that correct? Opportunity for Jesus, Foden? No, 0.006. I think it's just down under 1% this year. Is that the one? Let me know if that's the one. Always has put, is Guardiola overrated considering the budget he has and not winning the Champions League with either Bayern or Man City? Nah, he's far from overrated. The way his teams play, just because he doesn't win something, sometimes if you have a look at Chelsea, he just got it wrong that day. Chelsea outwitted them. No, I don't think he's overrated at all. For me, he's one of the best coaches in world football, and he's the way that his teams play the game is for me. The perfect football. Not always gonna win everything all the time. You look at this PSG team, then I don't think they're gonna win the Champions League. They've got to win the league. They didn't win the league last year. So no, I don't think he's overrated at all. I think we need to put some respect on that. He has changed the game at times, the way football has been played. Like when Arsene Wenger came and he changed the way football was played in the Premier League. So no, that's just my opinion. Some people look at different things. Mahrez, again, he's had 2 free kicks and he's been poor on both of them. Who started this line on the floor with free kicks thing? It's absolutely pathetic, to be honest. Pathetic. Someone asked me to do it. I'm not doing it. I said I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You play 38 games. You have to win the vast majority of Champions League. You can scrape through the group stage and play away goal. Yeah, listen, a lot of the time, it's like the World Cup or the Euros. You scrape through, look, penalties, whatever. You've seen it. So I think it's very hard to win competitions. It's easier to win a league than it is competitions for me, in my opinion. Because... No, sorry. It's easier to win the Champions League than it is the league, because the league, you've got to be consistent all the time. Whereas the Champions League is kind of like, it's hit and miss. And it's just a look at the draw. So it's 2-0. 2-0, Man City have lost to PSG. I thought Man City were poor. I really did. Maybe they've got the weekend going on. I know Foden's definitely asked Messi for a shirt. Of course he has. There you go. He's giving the thumbs up. Foden needs that shirt, mate. Everyone wants that shirt. Everybody wants that shirt. Everyone. Ticker is Treyas. All right, I'll check it out. 2-1. 1-1 90th minute penalty from Atletico. And wow, Atletico scored again. Wow. That is crazy. That is crazy. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where's the Atletico score? Where is the Atletico score? And Messi scores. He scores that goal against Pep again. Where's Atletico score on my box? It's not come up. Sheriff beat Sharif, I think you pronounce it, have beaten Real Madrid 2-1. Wow. He's saying on mine that AC Milan is still 1-1. It's probably just coming through. That is crazy. That is crazy. Atletico 2-1. Craig, Fran, PSG Chelsea final, clip it with chest. Okay, Craig is saying PSG Chelsea final. Fran, when Pep leaves, who will take over from him? Interesting. Don't think they've got. Who would you go for? They'll be hard to get him. It would be a very, very hard job. I think he'll go to the Spanish national squad for a few. It's easy job, isn't it, that? Last minute snatch and grab. Wow. Arsenal's 2004 Invincible season was truly watermarked in British football, never equaled. Yep, true. Great goal as well. Daniel's put, Fran, would you enjoy watching Arsenal if they won trophies by playing ugly football, or does the style have to be entertaining for you? I'm a styles person. I've got to be honest. I played in teams where the style was horrible, but we won. And it kind of smoothed over the cracks because you win and you get a nice win bonus and everyone's talking about you. But I hate to see bad football. I think it's a waste of football. I really do. I hate to see bad football. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one because I want my team to do well, but I want them to be entertaining. So if I'm honest, I've got to be honest. I want to see entertaining football, which sounds bad. And I'm a winner at heart, but is that a winning mentality? You got to question that, haven't you? You've got to question that. Maybe I've got to look at myself in the mirror. Really have. Craig saying, great watch along, bro. You take time. Yeah, see you tomorrow, mate. I'm sure I'll be on tomorrow. So great win. Thanks to Gems for obviously giving us an update. Chat, as always, was phenomenal. Obviously, highlight of the day was Messi, and second highlight was Curtis's lack of football knowledge. Absolutely disrespecting Messi with the Fraser shout. The disrespect was absolutely unreal. I hope a lot of people on the stream have pulled him up on that because you needed to clip that. Wow, you need to clip that. Porto got hammered. Yeah, Liverpool ran out on a mad one. I think they got sent off though. One guy got sent off, didn't he? Lionel saying, good watch along, Fran, as always. Great that Messi scored for me. As you know, absolutely love him. Absolutely unbelievable. The chat for me, like I say, we're building a chat where there's hardly any negativity towards each other in it. And that's what I love, people. That's what we need to keep it like that. That's why we need to keep building it organically. Because if we build it organically instead of rushing and all this nonsense, we're going to get the wrong type of crowd and the wrong community. I've been in some chats and it's toxic. I've seen hosts, hammering the people in the chat. And that creates toxicity. So we're not going to do that, people. And this chat is absolutely unbelievable. And I can't thank you enough for the community. So I'm going to love you and leave you as always. Enjoy the night. I'm sure we'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Enjoy the rest of the evening. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Enjoy.